BBC News with Eileen McHugh. The Russian authorities have begun a criminal investigation into the leader of the Wagner mercenary group, Yevgeny Prigozhin, accusing him of calling for an armed mutiny. In a series of audio messages, Mr. Prigozhin accused the Russian military of launching deadly attacks on Wagner camps. He announced what he called a march for justice, saying anyone who stood in his way would be eliminated. The Russian military establishment has condemned the Wagner leader. One general described his actions as madness. The deputy head of Moscow's forces in Ukraine said he was playing into the enemy's hands. Security has been stepped up in Moscow. The Kenyan president says there are signs that a genocide is taking place in Sudan after 10 weeks of war. William Ruto said the army and its paramilitary rivals were destroying the country in senseless conflict. The Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi has spent the second day of his state visit to Washington meeting leading technology executives. He spoke to the heads of Google, Microsoft and Apple. The United States has said it does not support new Israeli settlement activities in the occupied West Bank. The statement was issued after Israel's National Security Minister urged the government to legitimise settler outposts and called on settlers to expand their activities. The EU's border agency says Greek officials ignored its offer to send a plane to monitor a migrant boat that later sank in the Mediterranean with the loss of hundreds of lives. Frontex says that it offered to dispatch a plane, but the Greek Coast Guard failed to respond. The Electoral Commission in Mali says 97% of the votes cast in last weekend's referendum were in favour of proposed constitutional changes. And football's governing body FIFA says the US will host its expanded Men's Club World Cup in 2025. The 32-team tournament was confirmed last year.